Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to News 3 Live at 4 on this Tuesday. It is the Day of the Badger.
The Day of the Badger today. You're a badger. I'm raising a badger.
You are. You're supposed to wear red today. It's a campus-wide fundraising effort.
Right.
You go online and you pick a department, or like you did rowing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so far they've raised $734,085.
Wow, that's incredible.
And most of that is matched.
We're kind of, everybody in Madison is sort of vicariously a badger. We're all celebrating.
Go to dayofthebadger.org and you can check it out and make a donation.
Yeah.
It feels pretty good. And here's what's making news on this Tuesday. The mystery continues in Columbia County. Amanda Quintana has the latest on what happened to the missing district attorney.
The nation's attorney general was in the hot seat on Capitol Hill answering questions about the Mueller report.
And Jamie Perez discovers the source of a viral sensation about trash in Madison.
Let's take a look outside today. The sun is shining. It's a little cooler than yesterday, but not too bad. This is, I wish I could put this on all of my social media pages. This is Sky 3.
This is taken today?
Just today, flying over the Capitol. Look at the clouds and the blue sky.
Three-dimensional.
I know, it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. April, snow showers. Dana's in the backyard.
That's exactly how that should be.
No snow today, that's for sure.
No, not at all today. If anything did fall, it would just be rain. Temperature-wise, we're in a really great place for the evening. It is a little windy outside. That's as our next system starts to build on in for us. So we do still have sunshine, though, at least for the next few hours. Clouds will steadily build in as we head overnight. 65, that's where we're at currently. That's our high for the day. 10 degrees above average, but not nearly as warm as we were yesterday. We've dropped just a little bit in the last 24 hours. Cold front swinging through yesterday. It just brought a little cooler air, but still 65 isn't too bad. So we're at 64 now. We've dropped just a little bit in Madison, 66 in Janesville and in Mineral Point, and 65 currently in Platteville. The breeze, though, coming from the west-northwest, about 14 miles per hour in Madison, closer to 18, though, in Janesville. So it is a little windy outside. Stay a little windy for us. Through the next few hours, our temperatures are going to steadily fall. Overnight, we'll be in the 50s still up until 8, in the mid-40s around 10, with a cloudy sky overnight. And then we are keeping an eye, of course, on our next event that is going to be coming in for Wednesday and lasting through the rest of the week. We do have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday now, as this event's going to bring some rain and snowfall for us tomorrow. Some accumulation possible with that snow, though it will not last for long, as more rain will be coming in overnight. But we'll take a closer look at what's ahead for the next few days as far as timing and accumulation throughout the state in just a few minutes. Right now, I'll take a look at what's going on the roadways. It should be a fairly smooth drive for you this evening, aside from the sunshine. This is the Beltline right at Park Street. East and westbound seem to be going along okay, but we are seeing some delays on the eastbound side. Really picking up around Park Street, speeds down into the teens. And we see a little bit of a speed up once you get closer to Monona, into the 20s, and then finally closer to 51. Speeds pick back up again and towards Gammon Road, the west side of the eastbound side. All looking good. Mount Horeb up to Cross Plains seems to be fine, and then in the Janesville area, a few more cars on the roads, but no major brake lights at this time. It'll take you 6 minutes from Verona to get to the Beltline. Oregon to the Beltline, 7 minutes, and 5 minutes from Springfield to University Avenue. 26 minutes from Janesville to the Beltline. It's right where it should be. 17 minutes from Sauk City to Milton. No major delays if you're heading from Sun Prairie to downtown. So yes, a sunny, fairly quiet evening, but this spring system is going to bring some snow, some rain, and the potential for some isolated flooding concerns heading towards the end of it into the weekend, because we're so saturated, we're just going to pick up some more water.
It's hard to believe we can change that much so quickly, but this is Wisconsin.
It's true. It's April in Wisconsin.
That's right. All right, Dan, we'll see you in a few minutes.
Thank you, Dana. First at 4, for the second day, the Columbia County District Attorney's Office is closed.
We now know that DA Tristan Egan has resigned today. Amanda Quintana is here with details on this story. Amanda?
Yes, well, the Wisconsin Department of Administration says DA Tristan Egan resigned today. She said she was given an ultimatum by the county to either leave or keep operating the office the way it was, which she calls completely inoperable. In her resignation letter, Egan says before she took office, county officials, quote, appeared to be attempting to strong-arm my opinion and gain favor. County officials implied that if I ever wanted to be elected, I should put my own opinions aside and do as I was told. Today, the DA's office lights were off and the blinds were drawn, just like yesterday. Now we understand why Egan wasn't there. In her letter, she goes on to say her perfectly functioning office was cast in a negative light, and the county, quote, chiseled away at it, refusing to replace employees and even terminating one. She also says the county wouldn't tell her any details of a harassment allegation made by someone in the DA's office. She believes all of this has resulted in, quote, diminished prosecution of criminal offenses, victims of crimes being pushed to the side, end quote. Though the county clerk today told me the court calendar is being kept up. Multiple initial appearances happened this afternoon with an assistant district attorney present, including the case of Fuad Pashayev, the man accused of killing his wife in Wisconsin Dells. We will have more on that case tonight at 5 o'clock.
All right, thanks, Amanda.
State Senate Republicans say they will not act on confirming any appointments by Governor Evers while a legal fight over the lame duck session continues. Republican Senate Majority Leader Scott Fitzgerald tells reporters that they are upset with Evers for revoking the appointments made during the lame duck session in December. Those who lost their jobs include a member of the Public Service Commission and 2 members of the University of Wisconsin Board of Regents.
A 10-year-old girl is in stable condition with serious injuries after a high-speed crash around 3 this morning on John Nolan Drive. Police got to the scene and couldn't find any victims. They frantically searched the area on John Nolan near North Shore Drive, including the water. But those injured had been taken to the hospital by someone else. Police later arrested the driver, 33-year-old Joanna Phillips, for third offense drunk driving with a minor in the vehicle, causing injury.
We do have a witness who was in the area who saw that this suspect was driving very fast on John Nolan Drive and that there was a vehicle right next to her at one point, and it appeared to this witness that they might be racing. Again, that's something we're taking a look at.
Police say the vehicle rolled several times, scattering debris all over the inbound and outbound lanes of John Nolan Drive, which was closed until 7 o'clock this morning. And Madison police have identified and arrested a 14-year-old boy accused of driving a stolen SUV last September, crashing with another vehicle and running from the scene. It was captured on traffic cameras. Officials used DNA found in the driver's side airbag of the stolen SUV to link the crash to the Madison teen.
President Trump focused on immigration during a meeting with Egypt's president at the White House. Trump says he is not planning to re-implement the family separation policy at the border.
Now, I'll tell you something. Once you don't have it, that's why you see many more people coming. They're coming like it's a picnic, because let's go to Disneyland.
The president also railed against a federal court ruling that blocks a Trump administration program that would keep asylum seekers in Mexico while U.S. courts process their claims. White House senior advisor Stephen Miller has been put in charge of Homeland Security, personnel, and immigration policies. Lawmakers in both parties say they oppose the family separation policy.
My guess that's a majority, if not a unanimous, view of the members of this committee.
This person is what? He is like the whisperer to the president. And, you know, I don't think the president would be taking the kind of positions he's taking if he also didn't have a great need to continue to rile up his base.
The numbers of migrants at the southern border, particularly women and children, are surging. According to the White House, apprehensions spiked above 100,000 in March, which likely led to changes at the Department of Homeland Security.
Attorney General William Barr faced questions from a congressional panel on the Mueller report. Barr said a redacted report is coming soon, and he defended himself against criticisms that his 4-page summary of the report didn't go far enough. Nicole Killian is on Capitol Hill with Barr's first public testimony since the report was completed.
Attorney General William Barr gave a House committee the latest on when he expects to release the Mueller report.
Within a week, I will be in a position to release the report to the public.
Barr says he and Special Counsel Robert Mueller are still going through the report to make redactions in 4 specific categories. He promised to provide notes and respond to inquiries on his redactions, but he said he would not release an unredacted version to Congress. Barr also spoke to concerns the White House may invoke executive privilege.
Any claim of executive privilege would have to be asserted by the president. He has said that he's leaving the decisions up to me.
Okay. Are you going to claim executive privilege to keep any of that report back?
As I said, there's no plan. I have no plan to do that.
Republicans on the committee blasted Democrats for their questions on the Mueller report.
So many of the questions here this morning have gone toward a grassy knoll conspiracy theory regarding with the Mueller report.
Barr also addressed criticism that some members of the special counsel's team reportedly felt his summary of the report misrepresented their findings.
My March 24th letter was meant to state the bottom line conclusions of the report, not summarize the report. And I tried to use as much of the special counsel's own language as I could.
The president's legal team confirms to CBS News they have not seen the Mueller report. The attorney general would not answer questions on whether he had briefed the White House on the report.
In Washington, Nicole Killian for News 3 Now.
Russian President Vladimir Putin also weighed in on the Mueller report from St. Petersburg, Russia today. He denied Russian involvement in the 2016 U.S. elections. However, numerous U.S. intelligence agencies disagree, and Mueller obtained indictments against 25 Russian nationals and 3 Russian entities on charges of hacking and attempting to use social media to spread misinformation. The Centers for Disease Control says measles cases in the U.S. continue to surge. Health officials say 78 new cases since last week have been detected, bringing this year's total to nearly 500. That is the highest number in the past 5 years. The outbreaks have hit 19 states, including California, Michigan, and New York. Doctors have linked the surge to the anti-vaccination movement. The CDC recommends all children get 2 doses of the measles vaccine. An international social media movement has made its way to Madison.
People are calling it a useful viral sensation. Jamie Perez joins us to explain how trashing was brought to Madison. Jamie?
Right. Well, a woman named Anastasia Gunn moved here from Florida not too long ago, and as the snow started to melt, she said she noticed a lot of trash on the ground. She figured someone might pick it up one day, but no one ever did, so she started doing it. But this is actually a viral trend online. Anastasia just introduced it to Madison. She posted a photo of it online, and soon enough, a lot of people were commenting, asking how to join her efforts. She said in the past week, she's picked up 24 bags of trash, a lot of that coming from the Southwest Bike Path. She said she feels good knowing she's cleaning up the community and hopes others will help her out in the future.
I hope to do it more, and I really hope to inspire more people, because 24 bags of trash is a lot, but it could be a lot more if we just had an extra 1 or 2 or 3 people coming to join us with those extra hands.
And today she added several more bags of trash to that, bringing her number up to more than 30 bags of trash that she's collected this week. That's only covering about a quarter mile of that Southwest Bike Path. So a lot of work still needed in her efforts. If you would like to help her, she says, feel free to reach out to her on Reddit. I'll have a link to message her on our website at channel3000.com.
Good for her.
Yeah, very good thing that she's introducing.
That's a lot of trash, though, for one little area.
I know, on the bike path, that's a little sobering, isn't it? Yeah.
All right. Jamie, thank you.
Thank you, Jamie. Still to come tonight at 4, we finally know when the blockbuster musical Hamilton will be coming to the Overture Center.
We have that and some other highlights of the upcoming season at Overture when Live at 4 continues.
You're watching News 3 Now, live at 4.
Welcome back. If you bought gas lately, you're seeing those gas prices continue to rise.
And word today that experts say it's going to get worse before it gets better. The national average has skyrocketed 26 cents a gallon in the past month. In California, it's much worse. Prices are already over $4 a gallon at some gas stations, a level not seen in almost 5 years. Refinery issues on the West Coast have contributed to the rising gas prices, and recent flooding in the Midwest also affected ethanol production, which is a fuel required in summer gas blends.
Really, the only way motorists can fight back right now is to shop around and be aware of various prices in their area.
Prices only expected to go higher. DeHaan also recommends filling up earlier in the week when gas prices are the lowest. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the worst days to fill up since prices tend to rise as the weekend approaches.
Trade tensions snapped an 8-day winning streak on Wall Street. The Dow Industrials fell 190 points, ending the day at 26,150. The Nasdaq Composite Index lost 44, and the S&P 500 was down 17. What's the news? Many in Madison have been waiting to hear Hamilton, of course, coming to the Overture Center for the Arts.
The dates were released last night as part of Overture's big reveal for the 2019-2020 Broadway season, and you got to do the MC duties last
honored
night.
As usual.
Well done. Tim Sowers is the VP of Programming and Community Engagement at the Overture Center. Tim, good to see you.
Hi, thanks for having me tonight.
Big night last night.
It was a big night last night.
So what's the word? When is Hamilton coming to Madison?
Hamilton starts November 19th, and it will be here for 3 weeks, and I think that the last day is like December 8th. So we're very fortunate to have 3 weeks of the show. And right now, you can be a subscriber, and we have a 6-show package where Hamilton is the star vehicle on that package, and you could add a 7th show, and Wicked is coming back too, so that's exciting. And then once subscriptions wrap up, there will be single tickets available for Hamilton, and Hamilton always believes in accessibility to their show, and they want to have tickets available for everybody to have access to the show. And each night there will also be a lottery.
So people are saying, well, I guess I'm not going to see that because
that's right.
I can't get a subscription.
Yeah, that's right.
But there will be tickets.
There will be tickets. It'll be a tough ticket to get.
Oh, yeah.
And all I can say is I'm sure it will be back a second time.
Oh, that's
right?
good.
Because it's just hit all over.
What are some of the other highlights coming up?
So of the highlights coming up, we have Wicked back. And that's going to be here for a record 3 weeks. We have the Book of Mormon returning for the 3rd time, and the first 2 times that show has come, it has sold out. One of the audience favorites on a survey that we do each year is Come From Away, and it's this beautiful story set in Gander, Newfoundland, about what happened when the planes were grounded for 9/11.
Wow.
Oh, interesting.
And the music is Celtic. It was just the big Olivier winner over in London's West End as Best New Play there. That's a show people really wanted to see. The Color Purple, the musical based on the 1982 Alice Walker book and then the Steven Spielberg 1985 movie. We have a play on the series called The Play That Could Go Wrong, which is this British farce where everything goes wrong.
And it's funny. I've seen that.
It is funny, right? And
Sound of Music. My Fair Lady.
My Fair Lady, which we got to see someone last night from the cast in New York come and
she was
perform,
remarkable.
which is gorgeous. And the SpongeBob musical, which is my favorite.
He was SpongeBob last night.
I was SpongeBob.
And besides Broadway, I mean, there's hundreds of other things.
Yeah, we have also an Overture Present series with 40+ shows that we announced last night on that series, including the greats like Wynton Marsalis and Jazz at Lincoln Center, and the a cappella sensation Straight No Chaser. One of my favorites, though, coming up is that Golden Girls puppet show. And they actually, it's going to be excerpts from the show that they do, life-size puppets, and they're the Golden Girls. It's a big sensation, so that's fun and cute, right?
Go to overture.org for information on ticket sales and all the shows coming. It's going to be a great season.
It is.
Tim, thanks for being with us.
Tim, great to see you. Thanks for coming.
Yeah, sure.
And we'll be right back. Well, take a look at this. Here's something you don't want to see sitting at the bottom of your swimming pool. A massive 9-foot alligator was resting at the bottom of this Palm Beach Gardens, Florida pool. The home's owner just let her dogs out in the backyard. Unfortunately, they didn't jump into the pool like they usually do. A trapper was called in. It took him 20 minutes to lift the gigantic thing out of the pool. The gator is being relocated. See ya later.
Gator. I mean, before the lower font there even popped up, like we all knew this was in Florida.
Yeah, right. It's a Florida gator.
It's clearly a Florida
The Florida Gators. People have lived there for 12 years. They said they've never seen a gator before, but now they're going to have to keep an eye on
Really?
us.
Yeah. Maybe build it. They can climb, what, like 6 to 8 foot tall fences?
Yeah. Look at the size of that thing.
I know. That's huge.
We had that huge snake yesterday. No, huge, big reptiles on Live at 4.
Great.
So what is the latest with this potential snow coming tomorrow?
So it really does look like we could see a little bit of accumulation before we transition over to all rain, but it's really not going to stick for us. Of course, when we have April snow events, the ground is warm, so we'll start with some snow, and then we're going to have rain just eating away at whatever may already be on the ground. So some grassy areas.
Lots of rain.
Lots and lots of rain. So some flood concerns may be on the forecast for this weekend, but we'll take a look at timing for everything and those accumulation totals right after the break. Today, really nice outside for us. Unfortunately, we're going in a very different direction for tomorrow. And so enjoy the sunshine this evening if you can. We do have some clouds starting to build in. Looking at our visible cloud check for the day, we did start off with some sunshine, but notice the western edge of the state starting to see a little more cloud coverage. A few more clouds building in for Madison, and we will steadily become mostly cloudy overnight. No moisture for us currently, but off to the west, we are starting to see a little bit of rain. It's just right in front of our next system. That rain and mix and snow will all be sliding on in for us here just in no time. That area of low pressure is going to gain a little steam as it travels through the plains, bringing, again, that mix, not just for us, but throughout the plains and Midwest. A lot of folks are going to be dealing with a very messy Wednesday and a very rainy Thursday, and then finally clearing up for us by Friday. Right now, we are pretty quiet outside. Your evening should be pretty quiet. Temperature-wise, it's decent outside, just a little windy for us. Again, we become mostly cloudy overnight, and then as we head into your Wednesday, we start to see a little mix and rain in the southwest corner of the state early in the day on Wednesday, and then that all moves towards the eastern side of the state. So we go west to east with this moisture sliding in. In Madison, we're expecting it to really start to pick up around noon, and then we continue to see that mix with a little snow throughout the afternoon and evening and overnight. So that little mix might lead to a little bit of snow accumulation, but it's not going to stick around for us just because everything then transfers over to rain and we stay with rain throughout the day on Thursday. Heavy rain possible at times on Thursday with the potential for a few isolated thunderstorms. Those showers continue into early Friday morning, and then for Friday morning we may see a little bit of a mix before everything wraps up for us later in the evening. Skies will steadily become mostly sunny by Saturday. Saturday will be a really nice day after we get through this system. Hopefully give us a chance to dry up a little bit because with all this moisture coming through, again, the ground's super saturated right now. That doesn't really help with our snow accumulations, and with all this moisture coming through, it's not going to help with our isolated flooding concerns heading towards the weekend. So by Wednesday morning, we're looking towards the southwest corner of the state first, and then everything lifting north in the afternoon. Temperatures will be in the mid to upper 30s for us, and we are expecting that mix to really stay throughout the evening, into some snowfall also in the evening and into the early overnight before we transfer to all rain for us in southern Wisconsin. That snow accumulation, again, hindered by how warm the ground is currently and the fact that we have the rain coming in for your Thursday. So Thursday, plan on a sloshy start to the day. Temperatures will be climbing in the afternoon into the 40s. It won't be nearly as cool outside, but we are going to have a really soggy evening and night with a chance for some thunder mix in there too. By Friday morning, we have a little mixed possibility for us, and then we are looking again at everything wrapping up for us for Friday evening. So snow accumulation totals are really going to stay under an inch south of Madison. From Madison on north up towards Camp Douglas, hovering from 1 to 3 inches. That's not going to last, but that's how much we could possibly see at least through Wednesday night into Thursday. And then areas north could pick up quite a bit of snowfall, and into Minnesota really could see quite an accumulating event with this spring system coming through. Heading into Friday evening, though, really hovering from 1 to 2 inches of total moisture accumulation. Not necessarily a great thing for us right now, again, considering everything is so saturated. So we do have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. Our concern for Wednesday, the rain showers that may mix with some snow for us. We could see a little snow accumulation later on in the evening. And then on Thursday, the chance for some thunderstorms, but also the fact that it's going to be so windy outside on Thursday. That's something that we're going to be keeping an eye on. Overnight lows tonight, it won't be as cool. By tomorrow, we're going to be in the upper 30s for our afternoon highs. That alert day is for Wednesday and Thursday. Thursday is a little better with our temperatures, but still chilly in the mid 40s and windy outside. Friday, we stay in the mid 40s. All this rain wraps up, and then we get a little bit of sun back in the weekend. We are looking at a chance for some rain on Sunday. Just a bit of a chance for us right now, but the focus still, of course, that mixed precip that we could be dealing with for the next few days. Just not ideal for driving conditions and for any little plants right now. We'll see how the daffodils do, I guess.
Every year you see the video of the robins in the snow and the daffodils. I mean, this should not be a surprise to anyone.
No. It's April in Wisconsin. This isn't a surprise. It's just something tomorrow. If you do have outdoor plans, probably not going to keep those for tomorrow. And of course, your commute may be just a little longer in the evening.
It's just disheartening.
I know. A little
This should be the last one.
Soul crusher. Soul crusher.
We're almost through it.
All right,
real spring should be.
We'll make it.
Yes,
we'll make
yes.
it.
Thanks, Dana.
Lawmakers on Capitol Hill are pushing to regulate trampoline parks amid mounting concerns over their risks.
There have been several deaths since 2012, and the government says emergency room visits associated with the parks increased 600% over a 5-year period. Meg Oliver reports.
Jason Freewald is facing months of rehabilitation. He ruptured both of the patellar tendons in his knees after jumping into this foam pit at the Get Air trampoline park near Chicago.
I can't describe it. It was one of the most painful things I've ever had. Less than an hour after an ambulance took Freewalt to the hospital, we arrived at the same park with trampoline expert Don McPherson.
Having this trampoline here next to a wall, how dangerous is that?
Dangerous. You'll get a brain bleed from hitting this. Nice vault, Webster.
McPherson has coached elite gymnasts for more than 40 years and testified in hundreds of plaintiff cases against trampoline parks.
What kind of injuries do these cases involve?
2 broken necks, half a dozen open tib fib fractures, a couple broken ankles, couple open fractured elbows.
With the broken necks, are we talking quadriplegics?
Yes.
I was horrified as a parent, not to mention a public official.
Senator Richard Blumenthal is sponsoring legislation to hold businesses accountable for injuries occurring inside trampoline parks. In many cases, visitors sign waivers like this one with forced arbitration clauses, meaning they give up the right to take their cases to court.
Trampoline parks want to avoid justice. They want to rig the system against anyone who is injured, who may assert claims against them.
Are they trying to hide the number of deaths and injuries?
They're trying to hide individual deaths, the total number, everything about these injuries that may cast them in a bad light.
Freewalt signed one of those waivers to enter the Get Air trampoline park.
When you go to places like this, you sort of trust in the fact that things are safe.
We reached out to the park where Freewalt says he was hurt. They didn't return our calls. Meanwhile, the world's largest trampoline park company, Circus Tricks, told us in a statement that as with any sport, there are inherent risks, but they are committed to ongoing safety evaluations and take numerous measures to reduce risk at their parks. Meg Oliver, CBS News, New York.
I'd be like you. I'd have a cast on everything.
Oh, it's definitely something to think about, though.
Yeah,
They're
absolutely.
so popular, those parks. That I know, that puts in perspective this arm. That poor guy had
2
casts
legs.
on
Wow.
both legs. Wow.
Yeah, read the waiver.
Yep.
Well, if you've got spring cleaning bug, how about showing your mattress some love?
Consumer Reports shows us how. That's when Live at 4 continues. Here's a live look at Lake Mendota. That almost looks like a summer picture, doesn't it?
If they're a little greener.
Yeah, it looks great on this Wednesday, Tuesday. I always get my days mixed up, Tuesday
Wishful
afternoon.
thinking.
Yeah, if you've got the spring cleaning bug, how about showing your mattress some love?
Consumer Reports experts reveal why it's important to clean your mattress and show you the best tools for the job. Here's our Leah Linscheid.
You spend about a third of your life sleeping. And sure, you change your sheets, but how often are you cleaning the mattress you're sleeping on? Consumer Reports says freshening up your mattress is a good idea for many reasons.
Cleaning your mattress is really easy to do, and it can help remove dirt, dust, and other allergens. Plus, it can actually help extend the life of your mattress.
First, remove all of your bedding and vacuum the entire surface of the mattress.
You want to pay special attention to the crevices and seams of your mattress. That's where dirt, dust, and dead skin and other icky things can collect.
Consumer Reports recommends using the crevice attachment to really get in there. Next, spot treat any stains.
So you want to try using an upholstery cleaner or an enzyme-based pet odor remover. Those work well on most kinds of stains and odors.
Next up, deodorize. Sprinkle a generous amount of baking soda over the entire surface of the mattress. Consumer Reports says don't be afraid to empty an entire 1-pound box onto the mattress. Then, and this is where that time commitment comes in, leave the baking soda on for 24 hours.
It is a little inconvenient, but we recommend either sleeping in another room of your house or planning to do it while you're away for the night.
Consumer Reports says if you can, leave the mattress near a window. The sunlight will also add sanitizing power. Then finally, after 24 hours, vacuum up the baking soda and enjoy your fresh, clean mattress. For News 3 Now, this is Leah Linscheid. Happy sleeping.
Have you ever done that before?
I'm exhausted.
I need to get the crevice attachment.
I don't think I have a crevice attachment. Consumer Report recommends cleaning your mattress twice a year and says always use a mattress cover.
Along with cleaning, the extra layers of protection will help prevent mites, fleas, and other pests from sharing your bed.
Where do you live?
And that should really help you sleep tight.
Oh, dear. I'm never going to sleep again. All right, when we come back, despite the snow in the forecast, we're still thinking spring.
Call now if you'd like to talk to Lisa Briggs from the Bruce Company. The number is 270-9933. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys. How are you?
What you talking about?
A few brake lights, a few delays, but no major accidents to report, which is always a good thing for us. We're looking at the Beltline right now at Park Street, both the east and westbound. Notice, again, seeing a few slowdown spots, but everyone at least seems to be moving along just fine this evening. Good news if you're traveling home for your Tuesday. As far as your speeds are concerned, that slowdown is right around Park Street there on the eastbound side, in the teens all the way through until you get a little closer to 51 over towards Gammon and Middleton. 12 and 14, not seeing any major delays. Mount Horeb, a few brake lights downtown and near the Janesville area. Things seem to be pretty smooth if you're traveling on 3990 all the way south through Beloit. 5 minutes from Verona to the Beltline. From Oregon to the Beltline will take you just about 8 minutes, and then 5 minutes also from Springfield to University Avenue. If you're traveling from Janesville to the Beltline, just 27 minutes, right where it should be. 19 minutes for both Sauk City to Middleton and southbound Sun Prairie to downtown. That's a quick look at traffic.
All right, Dana, thank you. We are taking your plant and garden questions today. Lisa Briggs joins us.
If you have a question for Lisa, it's a great day to call. We have 4 lines open at 270-9933. And Lisa is live at the Bruce Company. Hi, Lisa.
Hi, Lisa.
Hi, guys. How are you?
Pretty good. Now, we got the snow coming, maybe an inch or two. An inch or two. Is that going to hurt the plants at all?
No, it's anything that's been planted and might be coming up a little bit. The snow will just act like a blanket. But if you were like me and bought some pansies or some cool weather annuals and put them outside, over the weekend, you're going to want to cover them for sure.
Okay.
So if they're in pots, bring them in your garage or throw a floating grow cover, something to protect them from those night temperatures that will hurt the flowers.
So my daylilies are coming up. They're going to be fine.
The dandelions will survive.
No, daylilies.
Oh, your daylilies? Oh, I'm sorry. Your daylilies will be fine too, but the dandelions will be perfect.
All right, let's go to the phones. We'll start with Eileen in Westfield. Hi, Eileen.
Yes, hi. I want to know, I have some green moss growing in my flower beds and in my rhubarb bed. Should I just leave it alone, or should I rake that out of there?
Well, moss is usually indicative of a drainage problem. So it's shady in there, and it's cool and moist and not a lot of air circulation, which is not great for maybe some of the other kinds of plants that you have in there. There are moss killers, but that's going to hurt any other kind of plant that's in there. So just kind of rake it up, and then maybe you're going to want to check and figure out what's going on with your drainage. Maybe add some compost to the soil or something to loosen it up so the moss won't grow.
And the moss is a bad thing?
It's not a bad thing. I personally have a moss garden at my house. I've just embraced it.
There you go.
Good idea. All right, let's go to Judy in Wanakee. Hi, Judy. What's your question?
I have 3 Christmas cactuses, and one of them is nice and perky like it should be, and the other 3 are droopy. And my son took them out of the pot last week thinking it was maybe the wrong kind of soil, and he just kind of moved it around a little bit, put some fresh in, and they're just not recovering.
If Christmas cactus, especially if they're older, they really resent being disturbed from the pots. So, you know, did he mess with the roots or something when he took them out?
He's gone. I'm sorry.
Okay. So I think the best thing for her to do is just sort of sit tight and hope they recover from it. There's not really a lot you can do. And in the future, for everybody with those older Christmas cactuses or Easter cactuses, it's best to just leave them alone. If you need to up pot them, slide them out and put them in a slightly bigger pot, but don't mess around with the roots.
That's what I tell people about me. Just leave me alone. Don't mess with my roots. All right, let's go to Patty in Madison. Hi, Patty.
Hello.
Hi, what's your question?
I want to know if there is such a thing as a rust-colored flowering plant that I could plant in the shade.
So are you talking about like an annual, Patty?
Either.
Okay, so for annuals, there are tons of coleus that have all those really great autumnal colors. One I really like is called Sedona, and it's sort of orange and that kind of rust color that's really lovely. There are also little flowering begonias that have sort of deep red leaves. So there are lots of choices for annuals. If you're looking at perennials, there are coral bells that have great leaves in that kind of color. There's peach melba and a couple other ones. So come on into the garden center in a few weeks and we'll show you what's available.
All right, that's good. Lots of options. Let's go to Paul in Baraboo. Hi, Paul. What's your question?
Hi.
I have some hydrangeas that I planted years ago, and they get really big green leaves and everything, but they never flower.
So how long ago did you plant them when you say long ago?
Oh, man, at least 8 years ago.
Okay, so they're probably, if it's within 8 years, they're probably the type that will bloom on old wood and on new wood. What I would do, Paul, is maybe next fall, you're going to want to mound some bark mulch on the crowns to protect those buds. And then in the spring, you're going to slowly, carefully take that away and then do your pruning. Any pruning that you're doing, you want to do that in the spring and not in the fall.
Okay. In full sun, I assume.
It depends on what kind he has. If he has the ones with the blue flowers, those need morning sun and shade in the afternoon. They do not like the heat.
But you got a great office there, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
Must be fun to go to work every day.
Little aromatherapy every afternoon.
This is not very fragrant, but it's awfully pretty.
It really is.
All right, we're out of time. Thank you, everyone, for calling in. Lisa, thank you for your time. We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Thanks, Lisa.
We'll be right back with a final check of your forecast. All right, a beautiful evening.
Yes, yes, really pleasant outside right now. Can't say the same for the next few days, though. We are currently, of course, close to 60. Our temperatures through the next few hours are going to stay comfortable. It is a little breezy outside, though, and our cloud coverage is certainly building on in for us. It'll be 59 closer we get to 6 o'clock, still in the mid-40s, though, by 10. So as we get into tomorrow, do understand that we have alert days in the forecast for Wednesday and Thursday. We're going to start off with a little bit of mixed precipitation in Madison right around noon on Wednesday, and that may lead to some snow accumulation. Now, our ground's pretty warm, and the snow is going to be followed by quite a bit of rain, so that snow certainly not going to last, but the rain is going to stay with us. We'll have mixed precip with some rain and isolated thunderstorms through Thursday and into Friday morning. So a very soggy few days, but a very spring-like few days for us.
It could be a miss.
Yes.
All right, Dana, thank you.
Thanks, Dana.
Coming up tomorrow here on Live Before, meteorologists Dana and Dave will be taking your weather questions from the phone and on Facebook.
Right, so be thinking if you have any questions about what you want to ask. And more pet owners are feeding their pets raw food. A business in Watertown is leading the way.